just play whatever you got. So, apparently all I need to do is get past stage 1 and I can unlock Starfox 2. I won't be spending much time on this game, so I'll play it a bit, but it's not a game I'm really all interested in beating all over again. And you're gonna see why in a second. If you're familiar at all with this game, you know that it's incredibly dated. This is like, it feels almost like a proof of concept instead of an actual game, but we'll talk about the jankiness a bit later. Controls. The L and R buttons are for rolling, tilting your ship, and doing barrel rolls, which I'll show you a bit later. Down and up, it's probably the best way to do it. The brake, okay, blasters for Y, brake is B, Nova Bomb is A. It's a screen clearing bomb, X is for boosting. That makes sense. You press down, you press the B button for the brake, press the X button for boosting. That makes perfect sense. X to go into the screen, B to go towards the screen, that kind of thing. So this default's going to be perfectly fine. I don't need to train. I mean, do I really need to, we'll train anyway. We'll call this a research stream for Starfox. Yeah, see this crappy frame rate? This is what we had to deal with, kids. This was state of the art back in the day. Okay, press the Y button to shoot. This game moves somewhere between 10 and 15 frames a second. I think it occasionally dips. I think it occasionally gets to 30 when there's nothing on screen. That's not saying much. Yes, I'm using control type A. Okay, I can also turn more quickly by holding down the R button and turning that way, or holding down the L button and turning that way. So if you have to go somewhere in a hurry, that's how you make quick turns. And of course you can also press B to brake. That's how you hit the retro rockets. X to boost. And that bar on the bottom right hand corner of the screen is that boost bar. So it's on a cooldown. Whoops! I hit the ground. Sorry. Oh, they want me to stay in formation? Screw this. So, this formation? How do I know what the formation's gonna be? So I guess this is a test. Oh yeah, you double tap the L button or the R button to do a barrel roll. So that's, now you know where that meme comes from. I'm not interested. I pressed the start button to end this nonsense. We're done training. So let's go to the game. So those are the basics. Hope you're paying attention, because I'm not going to have a bunch of time to explain that. Whoops, I went the wrong way. I think this is easy mode anyway. I forget which one's harder. Basically what happens is there are 3 different layouts. There are different routes to the game, 3 different routes. Based on the route you choose, this stage will look different every time you play, based on the route you choose. So we chose the easy route, so this will be the traditional easy route through Corneria. Yes, they added a bunch of sampled sound, which is actually not bad. The music I'm sort of two minds about, because you can't really hear it because there's a lot of sound effects playing over it. But if you're able to get your hands on some emulated sound files, you can actually listen to the music without all the sound effects. The music in this game isn't bad. In fact, I think it's kind of overrated. But it's not bad. The people out here, someone at Giant Bomb's like, this is the best Super NES music of all time. I'm like, dude, you ever play like a Tim Fallon game, maybe? You know, maybe Spider-Man the X-Men? Rock and Roll Racing? Well, that's technically not an original song. Okay. Let's do a bunch of barrel rolls. So anytime we're not dodging and whoops, hit the ground. Anytime you're not dodging and weaving, ooh, double shot. You can just do barrel rolls all day because you're invincible, sorta. You're invincible to projectiles when you do barrel rolls. You can see right here, this is pretty close to the original Super NES. I want to say it's identical to the Super NES hardware that we used to play this game on. Because the frame rate was always this bad. I mean, yes. I don't think this game improved. I don't think the Super NES Classic improves on the frame rate of the original game at all. This crappy, 50 FPS BS is how we used to play this game. And you can get an idea about how janky it is, because like I said, this third-person perspective isn't very accurate. It's hard to figure out sometimes if projectile is going to make contact with you or not. It's sometimes hard to tell if you're able to, if you're going to make contact with the environment. Like these blocks, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell if you're going to hit those or not. There's a bit of lag. In fact, there's quite a significant amount of lag because of the crappy frame rate. So there's so much jank in this game. It's just, again, when you're 9 or you're 10, you didn't know any better. You know, this is 1992. You know, this is as good as it got in terms of 3D graphics, really, unless you had a really expensive arcade machine, I guess. I mean, Virtual Racing and Virtual Fighter came out in 1995. I want to say this game came out in 1994, right? Yeah, I think it came out in 1994, and I forgot to go through that ring to get my shield up. There we go. And that thing's gonna drop the pipe, so it's just another obstacle for me to avoid if I shoot that robot, you know. You don't really have to shoot that thing, but I think you get a bonus if you hit every target in the stage. And here's the regenerating shield, but I already have a full shield, so I don't have to worry about that. In the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you can see 4 Nova Bombs. They're right above that blue boost bar that I have right there. And above that blue boost bar are my 4 Nova Bombs. Those are my screen-clearing bombs. Just press the A button, and I'll get a screen-clearing bomb. And I'll be doing that in a second because there's a boss I'm going to have to shoot. See, the frame rate's about 25, 30 frames a second just before this boss shows up because there's nothing on screen. Oh, well. Again, this is what we had to deal with. And I mean, a lot of people were like, oh my god, this is amazing, you know. 3D. I mean, this game didn't even look as good as, like, Space Harrier on the Genesis, which didn't look that great to begin with. This is what we had to deal with. I mean, if you gave me a choice, I guess I prefer this to Tiger Heli, but that's not saying much, is it? God, that was a terrible game. Oh, screen clearing bomb. Darn it! Messed it up. You press the button once to launch it, you press it again to blow it up. Down it goes. So those two things go down. Hit the barrel rolls so I can not get hit by those. See? I'm knocking them back. So if I'm doing a barrel roll and those things hit me, they end up getting blown off. So it's like you shake off a projectile by doing these barrel rolls. And I think I lost one of my wings. I guess I didn't. Because if you get wing damage, you know, wing damage, you'll end up, I think you lose your ability to turn a little bit. I forget. It's been a while. But again, you usually don't take wing damage unless one of your wings takes way too much, gets hit by the environment too much, or hit the ground, scrapes the ground, basically. And you saw right there, I got 88% of the targets. Again, if you really know what you're doing, you can get 100. So there is an excuse to do that, because I don't know if you get extra lives, but I do know that you might get a Nova Bomb if you do that. I forget. I'll read the manual and check. It's been a while. I literally haven't played this game since 1996, I want to say. But it's one of those games I think I rented it and then I ended up getting it as a Christmas present, and I didn't really like it. But obviously my siblings did, because, you know. You always want to get excited for a 3D space shooter, and I mean, why play? I mean, what were the other options really? Wing Commander? I mean, that game was even jankier than this, and that was like a simulator. It wasn't like an action game like this. I mean, this is a straight rail shooter. But Wing Commander was a lot more complicated. I mean, you had to pay attention to where enemies were on your radar. You had to make sense of that stupid radar cone, and then yeah, the frame rate's gonna dip. This frame rate's gonna die in a second. Again, it's not too bad as far as... So I got rid of this. He said, bogey on my 6, mind your own business. Like, right? Stay in character, Falco. Oh, yes, yeah. Some of these brown rocks give off regenerating shields. I thought some of them give me power-ups. Just those yellow rotating rings over there that I just passed. I think they give me shield energy. I'm trying to remember. I thought I was supposed to get like a dual... Yeah, that's right. No, there's actually a hidden... whoops. Took a bit of damage there. There's a hidden, Okay, I pressed select to go to third-person view, but I think in this mode, the first-person view is better. And there's the, yeah, there we go. So I'm glad the game gave you the choice, but that's a Nova Bomb. Oh, wait, I have to go through this, right? Yeah, I go through that, that triangle, that brown triangle of rocks, and ended up getting that powered-up gun. So there are little Easter eggs like that. They're really cool. Okay, shoot that brown rock to send the rotating asteroid apparatus flying off into space. Stuff like that. Again, what's the frame rate here? Probably in the teens. This is what we had to deal with. And all this scaling. I mean, you need a super effects chip to get all the scaling done. Otherwise, this would have been a pain in the butt. There were a few other games, like I think, what was it? The Lawnmower Man had some pretty good, first-person action sequences at certain points, but those were like, you know, obstacle courses. They're like first-person obstacle courses. And the main problem with this mode right here, this first-person cockpit view, is that, well, it's kind of hard to determine if you're doing barrel rolls. I mean, there are green triangles, these reticles on the screen. These green triangles determine my orientation. So that's how you know I'm doing barrel rolls, because those green triangles keep spinning around. The problem is, other than just spamming this barrel roll, there's really no way to know if I'm really achieving my goals here. I'm taking a lot of damage, though, which I'm not sure why. Because again, you can barrel roll through projectiles. So yeah, I need to get my Nova Bomb out. A. So I got rid of the bottom red lights. Let's get the top ones out. A. Okay? So they've lost all those lights, and there goes the station. Launched the station at me. And a bunch of spamming on the fire button will get past this dude. This is all muscle memory, I want to say. So the frame rate's 20 FPS right now, and it's going to dip into the teens as soon as these other ships start showing up. Can you imagine how much tweaking they had to do to just make this game run at a playable frame rate? I mean, it's kind of unconscionable. We know all the playtesting they had to do to make this blasted thing run at 20 FPS at best. 95. There's the extra life. Okay, so I think I get an extra life at, or I think it's an extra continue. Okay, which is actually helpful, because the game gets pretty hard by the end. Alright, Space Armada. This is one of the more interesting stages in the game, actually. It's basically, you know, trench warfare in Star Wars. This is, I mean, before Rebel Assault came out on the GameCube, this is what we had to deal with. Remember, Super Star Wars came out on the Super NES, and I don't think that's included on here. And it's just as well, because it's just a licensing nightmare, you know. And the game's not that good either. Don't start with me. It's a terrible game. But, you know, it was a system seller back in the day because, you know... I mean, you could have done it on the Genesis, but the game was tuned for the Super NES. So the Sculpture Software guys, you know, they kind of had they were pretty familiar with the Super NES. Made Mortal Kombat 2 look great. So, stuff like that. Oh, there's the one-up. So I think I had to shoot... I think I had to shoot at all those rotating triangles, those rotating cones, to get that one-up. So that was useful. I think we can shoot these. I think we aim for the bridge, right? But these things are made out of what, like 12 polygons, maybe 13? I mean, you can literally count how many polygons a ship is made out of. So we're going to call it a ship. Yeah, we can shoot this thing. Might as well be a Zeppelin. Did I get it? Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I think I got it. Again, if we're going for the 100%, you got to do that. Remember, this is before Res. So, let's not kid ourselves here. Here we go. So you gotta go to the third-person view here, because you gotta do some bobbing and weaving. Okay, so we'll go up to avoid this one. And down. Get skinny. Go down. Get the bomb, right? That's a full shield. Shoot that out. Yep. Keep it open. Okay, am I shooting something here? Yep, we're shooting this core. There we go. Got the core. I think it blows up anyway if you just fly through it, but of course you lose. Of course you lose energy, so keep that in mind. Yes, Slippy. Well, he's gonna die in the next couple of stages because he's taking too many hits. Hey, get out the way, dude. I don't know if there's friendly fire. I think they tell you not to shoot. I don't know if they actually die if you keep shooting them. I'll figure that out later. If I even care about this game at this point. Okay, so I'm almost out of Nova bombs here. Yeah, got one left. So 3 of these should go down. I don't need to keep doing the barrel rolls. See, the barrel rolls doesn't help you against missiles. It only helps you against projectiles. Like actual, like, shooting lasers. Like that. I don't think it works against those rings, though. It works against regular projectiles, though. And I forgot to switch back to first-person view, but that's okay. Whoops! Shoot! Okay, yeah, got to shoot the door. Down. Remember, you gotta invert the Y-axis in third-person mode. Retro rockets. Nope, shouldn't have done that. I'm not taking any damage though, apparently, so I'm not gonna complain. But that's how janky this game is. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where the contact points are. Kind of hard to tell if you're gonna take damage or not. So, very disappointing. Shoot out the door. Just keep shooting. Eventually it'll blow up. Yep. Like I said, everything's on rails. Just don't take damage from the environment, pretty much. And it's too bad Wild Arms couldn't be released on this thing, because, you know, it would have saved us, like, hundreds of dollars. Although the reload... that's right, I need to get the Wild Arms reloaded, because it'll drop down to $10 eventually. So I'll be able to get that. But again, I don't think it's not an exact clone of the Super NES original, apparently, because they redesigned it to work on a 16:9 widescreen ratio, something like that. So I don't think you can really play the original Super NES game unless it's unlockable. It'd be nice to know if the original game were unlockable, because I do want to play it. I just don't want to. I don't want to spend $1,000 on a cartridge. I'm not going to download it from a pirate site. So some of us just want to play these games. We don't want to steal them. We just don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a game like Wild Arms, for crying out loud. Some of the games on here are pretty expensive. Like, I want to say Kirby Superstar is supposed to be like $100. Super Mario RPG is probably worth $60 or $70. Is Earthbound on here? Yeah, Earthbound is like Earthbound alone's like $1,000, right? So the fact that you can play that, the fact that you can play Earthbound and Starfox 2, which isn't even released. And the fact that you can play some of these games, you know, without spending like $1,000 on them. Oh, yeah, don't keep shooting that, because you want it to go in a certain direction. Okay, whoops. There we go. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, we're good. It's not too hard to... The control in this game isn't too bad. Like I said, you have to account for the lag. Whoops! It's like I said, trying to make sure you aren't scraping the sides. Even in third-person view, it's kind of hard to tell. Here's the BS right here. Flat garage shading. 15 FPS. This is cinematic gaming, kids. Hollywood gaming. Back in 1992. Good lord. Okay, I don't need a barrel roll. But I do need to kind of yeah, I need to hold the L button to get on my side. Whoops. Oh, that guy. Okay, now I need the barrel roll. Got him! Didn't even need to use the Nova Bomb. Wow. I did better than I thought I would. It's amazing how much I've memorized this game for 30 years. That's how often I've played it. Yeah. That's as cinematic as this game gets, really. Really, that's as explosive as this game's engine is allowed to be. That's probably better than any of the explosions in the ending. Yeah, Starfox 2 sounds really interesting from the footage I've seen of it. Even though it's just as janky, it seems super ambitious, and it's not just on rails. So I'm curious to see how that game plays out. But I've already unlocked Starfox 2, so I'll play that again later. I think I'll play it for the first time later. I'm actually gonna beat this game? Seriously? I gotta if it continues to do it. I was expecting to go through the easy mode. I really wasn't expecting to go through this entire game in one video, but there we go. It is easy mode, though. Yes, music's kind of interesting, too. Here we go. It's like Donkey Kong Country. It's like people talk about, you know, how, you know, this game and Donkey Kong Country, and it's like everyone talks about how incredible the graphics are supposed to be. It's like, yeah, whatever. The graphics don't hold up at all. But the music mostly does. You know, Donkey Kong Country is one of the best soundtracks on the Super NES. Even though the plasticky CGI-looking models look like garbage now. But, in fact, they didn't really look that good back then either, but you just kind of have to accept it, you know. Whoop! I lost it. See, there's a lot, obviously there's a lot of pop-it in this game. But I guess they're trying to, see, I guess the game's trying to, I guess the concession here is that, you know, you're on a dark planet, so everything kind of sneaks up on you. But obviously it's a limitation of the game's engine, you know, It's just not powerful enough to have a long draw distance. So it cheats by having that background, you know, like having all those, you know, having that having that crescent moon in the background, you know, having that nebula back there, you know. But of course, all the action takes place on a very narrow play field. Oh, wait, can I get that? Yeah, I'm supposed to shoot all those. Okay, where is he? There he is. Got him. Okay, so again, I don't know if I'm doing any damage to him when I shoot him. All I know is that he's telling me don't shoot me. The game is recognizing friendly fire, but he's not taking damage, so it's just as well. And this is where the 90-degree turns start to become pretty handy. All those tight turns. Out the way, Slippy! Ouch! Am I gonna lose my Nova bombs? I think I got some shield back. I'm not sure. I got him. Hey, he was mine. Get out the way, Ribbit. Whatever his name. What's his name? Slippy? No, what's his name? Ribbit? I don't remember his name. Get out the way, Bucky O'Hare. Alright, kid. Don't get cocky. Jeez. Stupid animal. Well, this is back in the day when everyone had to be a talking animal. Ouch! And nowadays, these characters would probably be anime kids. It'd probably be a bunch of YA, shonen, and shoujo characters. like Slippy would be like a blonde ditz, and Ribbit would be like a hot chick, and Falco would be like a really stern, you know, bishonen. And actually, no, Starfox would be a shonen. Falco would be a really stern bishonen. You know, a tank. This is the boss. Boom. He's gonna lose those legs in a second. Oh, I think they have to be red first, right? Do they have to be red first? Oh, forgot about the blender arms. Okay, so I'm out of... So I have to keep shooting these legs until he loses his balance. Then I can do this and just aim for the body. I'm doing barrel rolls. B. Retro rockets. Ah, darn it! Yeah, this part. Again, I can only imagine how much, you know, tweaking they had to do to just make this game run and not bug out all over the place. Because this Super FX chip, we had to do a lot of processing, and back then, that was a lot to ask for. It was a tall ask. But they barely made it work. I mean, this is the Super NES basically being stretched to its absolute limits. And by the time we got to Stunt Race FX, the games are practically unplayable with this chip. And I can understand why I kind of understand why they didn't release Starfox 2. It's just like, you know what? You know, it's ambitious, but it runs like garbage. I mean, it barely looks competent. I mean, they were trying to get people excited for the Nintendo 64, and you can't get people excited for a Nintendo 64, I guess, when your current hardware looks like crap. I mean, although I guess you could argue that Star Fox 2 was so ugly and janky that it kind of made people want to play Mario 64. So in a way, I kind of wish they did release it. Come on. Shoot all the legs. All the legs. There we go. Okay, so I can't do any damage to this guy yet. All my shots just bounce off. Let me go down, press the retro rockets, so I can avoid the blender. Okay, now I can go up in a second. So once he stands back up, I can shoot all his legs again. And then when they turn red, I can use my Nova bombs on him. We got him, we got him, we got him. Come on! Go down! God darn it! Scrape the ground. I'm usually a lot faster than this. Okay, that's one. That's two. I don't know if distance matters at all. Up, press B for the retro rockets, just to make sure I don't get hit. There we go. And these legs are flying off. I'm doing damage, so that's what counts. One more Nova Bomb. That didn't do much damage. Whoops, yeah, it didn't do much damage. And this is where the processor starts to really die. So, those flame trails look kind of... That flame tongue looks kind of cool, but the system's being stretched by doing that. Just a bunch of sprites, though. Yep, there we go. Okay, I'm out of Nova Bombs. I wish I had a stronger gun, but I already died, so it's not even an option, really. Okay, he's gonna die. He's going down. Got him. Okay, we did alright. We died once, but I never said it was gonna be a no-death run. Did it. Remember not to shoot me. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, Fox, Fox would be Shonen. He'd be like Shinji. 99%! Gosh darn it. Okay, so Peppy, that's his name. So Peppy would be a hot chick, Slippy would be the blonde ditz, and Falco would be the Bishonen. The stern Bishonen. And the Mad Dog would be that black dude from Macross. Yeah, he'd be the black dude from Robotech, yeah, with the sunshade. Well, he didn't have sunshades. He did have glasses, he didn't have shades, though. Yes, your captain has sunshades. Deal with it. We're probably going to beat Andros. But I think we have to survive this and then go to the surface, right? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. Yeah, this is just, yeah. A bunch of crap in the atmosphere. Watch your aim. Yeah, whatever. Be happy I saved your butt, by the way. I'm supposed to shoot these red things for shields, right? Yeah, for yellow shield regenerating rings. Something like that. But again, barrel rolling doesn't work against missiles. It only works against these projectiles right there. Those yellow projectiles. Okay, press select, switch modes. I don't know if I'm invincible doing that. I need to figure that out. The reticle might be handy for aiming, though. So press select. Okay, press select again. Of course, I'm going to miss some targets by doing that, though. That's the other problem. I'm definitely going to miss some targets. And the frame rate's going to dip to the teens here. Actually, the frame rate's going to dip to the single digits during the missile launches, so be careful. Fair warning. Whoop, yeah, there we go, see? So I flew through that ring, that rotating ring, that destructible rotating ring, and ended up getting that Nova Bomb. So again, the game is cueing you by saying, look, if you fly through these things without just destroying them, if you actually fly through these rings, you actually get... Whoops! Missed one. So there goes my gun power up. Oh well. You saw earlier, a fully powered up gun just has like some blue circles instead of like triangles. Instead of, you know, polygons. Which I want to say it's like, you see this shot right here? It's probably like a straight polygon. It's just 4 sides. That's it. Probably 5. Not terribly complicated. So part of me is kind of wishing they would. Part of me is just wishing they would just use circles or spheres, because they're easier to render, right? I mean, you would think it's easier to render one sphere than it is to render, you know, 5 polygons on a shot and do several of them on screen at once. Okay, it's the end of the level, right? Yep, end of the level. See, that was pretty short. We have to get down to the ground level. Again, use your imagination. This thing doesn't look very good. When do I use the Nova Bomb? See, these sound effects are actually kind of interesting. The little wispy sound effects. Okay, Nova Bomb. Okay, I did a bit. See, that Nova Bomb showed me who because there were 2 false enemies there. Yeah, crap. Excuse me. Get out of the way of that thing. There we go. So you keep splitting up. Just have to figure out where the false enemy is. Did I get him? Yeah, I got him. Yeah, took a hit. Die already! Crap. Shooting a rocket at me. And I died. You shot a satellite at me. What'd you want me to do? Can't barrel roll through that. Game. Anyway. Yeah, phantom ships. The cloaking device, I guess. Okay, that's I'm not gonna get 100 on this level. You have to really be feeling your oats to get 100 on this level. You have to shoot stuff as soon as it appears, pretty much. Otherwise, you'll never be able to hit everything. Ah, get him. There we go. I want to keep him alive at least for the Andros stage. They might take down a few other enemies. I'm not sure. And I'm also not sure if your allies actually shoot down a few of these things that count towards your 100% total. Because if you get 100%, that means your allies count towards that total, right? Okay, we done? Yes, I got past the checkpoint. So I have 3 Nova Bombs. Gotta use them all before I die. So let's do this. Barrel roll, barrel roll. Ow. There we go. Wait till so he'll be invincible until then. And I lost, so yeah, that's how he regenerates. Apparently he regenerates health when he does that, which I hate. Retro rockets? No, I should use the boost, the boost, the boost. Darn it! What am I supposed to do? Don't know what I'm supposed to do then. Crap. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Do I want to continue? Okay, this is my last life. So I'll probably just end the video if I die here and I'll pick it back up again later. I'm getting sucked in again and I don't like this game, but I'm getting sucked in anyway. Because I can see the ending, it's in my sights. I got an extra continue and everything. You basically earn continues by living, by getting through the levels pretty much. Did I get him? Yeah, I got him. So Peppy still has his energy. I want to say Slippy lost about half his health, I forget. Barrel roll. Out the way, dingus. Here we go. So how much damage can I do to this guy? So I probably can't use the Nova Bombs until he's about to die. Boom. Yep. Okay, here we go. See, he's regenerating. So I wasted the Nova Bomb because he got all his energy back. Blow it up. He's gonna shoot that he's gonna shoot that satellite at me. See, I can't dodge it. How am I supposed to dodge that thing? Anyway, this freaking game. I can't continue. I'll make a suspend point. I have 2 continues, right? Yeah, let me check. Yep. I do. So we'll make that a suspend point. So I'll save one of these suspend points. And I got Starfox too. Yay! Holla at your boy. We'll play that later, don't worry. I'm trying to play the games I know, because I have to practice with the other ones. And I also need to go online and download some manuals is the other problem. Starfox. Yeah, we're going to save that. And then I can start rewinding and crap later, so whatever. Save. Wait, where's my suspend point? Just a second. Hold on. Is it down select? I have to go back and anyway. I saved it, I thought. I saved it. Well, I have a suspend point already. Okay. Okay, so why? Oh, sorry, wrong button. Y. Not X to rewind. Y.